Arrow, keep going. Your cell is at the end. Alright, Arrow, this is your new cell. Don't even try to escape. Just because these doors look like they're open, they're not. There is literally so many electric currents running in these that you're not going to be able to get out. Anyways, here is your notebook. Get in there now, please. Alright, let me just type in the code, shut that down, lock that, there we go. Alright, Arrow, you're staying in here. Dinner will come. Alright, just gotta type in the code, shut that down. Alright. Arrow, dinner will be coming to you in a few hours. If you need anything or request anything, there are guards in here. Anyways, I'm leaving. What the heck am I supposed to do in here? I don't even want to be in here. Ugh. I really don't know what to do in here. So the bucket is my bathroom, and that's my bed. Literally, that's all I get. Alright then. Okay, so I need to explain something right now because it might be a little confusing. So actually, they decided to give me the red band today instead of tomorrow. I guess they found time. I really don't know what else they do in Death Row besides, literally have us be bored the entire time almost, but I guess they had time today and maybe not tomorrow. But, anyways, they told me that I have to keep the black band on the back of my foot because that still symbolizes that I'm a runner. And it does let the death row guards know that I am a runner and that I do have the chance to try to run out, even though I don't really think I'm gonna do that because it's pointless to do that when, your execution date is probably either very close or a bit far away, but I would at least like to live a little bit more. And secondly, the red band does distinguish you from the prison side, so the red band tells the prison guards as well as the death row guards that you are a death row inmate. So yeah, I don't really know why they put it on me today. As I said, maybe they had time, but literally they told me it would be probably tomorrow or the next day. But it's good that they put it on me now because at least I don't have to sit there and wait and stuff like that. But yeah, I have other things to tell you guys, so here's the other things. I miss Cashmere and Cedar so much. Like, there's literally nothing to do in here. I mean, there's activities that you can do on your own, but there's nothing really else you can do in here. And most of the activities are, like, things you have to do on your own, like reading and maybe writing stuff and drawing and, like, all that stuff, and you can't do it with anybody. Secondly, like, you don't have a roommate in here. You only have one cell that's all to yourself with a bucket for a bathroom. It's just pointless. So pointless. I really miss them. I really, really miss being Kashmir's cellmate, at least being able to, talk to him every morning or every night, or pretty much whenever I needed him, that we weren't doing jobs or anything. I miss seeing Cedar outside in the prison yard when we didn't have to be in our cells, also seeing them at lunch and dinner. Just sucks. Like, why couldn't I have stayed in the prison and just, got through my death row in there or something? Because I'm gonna drive myself insane in here. Like, there's literally nothing to do. I wish I could go back into the prison side. Because I want to see Kashmir and Cedar again and talk to them and not be in somewhere where I'm gonna drive myself nuts because there's nothing else to do. I have no idea what some things are gonna be like in here because either I haven't experienced it yet. Well, I haven't experienced a lot of things in here because I haven't been in death row yet, but just from being in here for these few minutes, it's already driving me nuts because there's nothing to do. I would give anything. I would even give my sentence being like reduced if I could see Kashmir and Cedar just one more time, maybe even spend the day with them one more time, but that will never happen because that's only just a dream and it's never gonna happen. I really, really, really miss them and I need to see them. Ugh. So what do people do in here exactly? Don't even know. It's so boring. There's no one to talk to, there's nothing to do. I guess you just drive yourself insane until you die in here, I guess. I mean, they won't even need to execute you, you'll just die in here. I mean, I guess I could request something to do. Guards! Yes, Arrow, what do you need? What can I pick for entertainment in here exactly? Well, in Death Row, you could pick to watch a movie with the other ones, but you have to have handcuffs on you the entire time you're in there. You get the handcuffs pretty much in front of you, so you get handcuffed in front. You get to go and watch a movie that we pick out, not that you pick out, that we pick out. And you get to sit in there and watch movies with the other death row inmates. Though that only happens certain days, it only happens on Tuesdays and Fridays, so you can't participate in that at the moment. We can get you some books, we can get you some utensils to write with. You could write letters, or anything else. Any of that sound interesting to you at all? I guess I'll take some books and a pencil or a pen, I guess. Alright then. I'll get somebody to get that for you very shortly. Wait. Is there any Pacific books that you want? Not really. I guess anything with like a darker topic or mystery novels, I guess. That's pretty much it. I don't really. I'm not really interested in any other genre. Alright, Arrow, we will try to find you those books. Great. At this rate, I'll be waiting all day. I miss Cashmere and Cedar so much right now. If they were in the same place as me, at least I would have somebody to talk to. But in death row cells, you can't even have a partner. This sucks. Really does suck. So bored in here. There's literally nothing to do. And it's gonna take them forever to get me books and writing utensils. Ugh. I wonder what else people do in here. Sleep, lose their mind. Not entirely sure. Wonder what our schedule's like in here. It's probably not that interesting. Alright, so you guys think Death Row is pretty boring? It kind of is, and it kind of isn't. It's very boring to a point, because you pretty much have to sit in there and wait until the judge decides to get everything done with everyone else, and then decides to put you in the room, and then decides to tell you when your death date is. Because they take forever. Sometimes they take a shorter amount of time. Sometimes they take forever. And I don't know why they do that. I mean, maybe that's why they have so many people sitting on death row. Because they literally take so much time to give somebody an execution date. But anyways, there are 3 rules in death row, actually. I mean, there's multiple rules, but I've thought of the major 3 because I swear I've heard everything, all of the rules in this place, but instead of boring you guys with like 50 million rules that they already gave me, I'm gonna give you the 3 major rules that they gave me, because that's probably a lot easier to remember is 3 than remembering about 5,000. So let me give you the major 3 in this place. The first one is don't run or try to escape when the guards let you out, because you won't make it. Now believe me, the guards do let you out. They do. Only for a very short amount of time, but they do. And I'll show you that. But just remember that every death roll is different. So my death roll is, well, the place that I'm in is probably different than every other death roll, because most inmates don't get to see the light of day anymore. Alright, the second one is you are allowed certain privileges as long as you don't abuse those privileges. So they give you books, they give you certain things, but if you abuse it or use that thing as a weapon or anything like that, I guess I could give you an example. Let's say they give you a writing utensil that is a pencil, and you decide instead of using it as a writing utensil, you decide to go out and stab somebody with it. That would mean a privilege that you lose would be writing utensils because you decide to stab somebody with it. So you get privileges here and there. I don't know what the other privileges are, but you do get some in here. Not very many, but you get some. Third rule is don't try to get out of your cell without being let out first. Believe me, it is the worst pain you have ever felt. Personally, I haven't felt it, but I've seen other inmates go through it. So if you're wondering and you think that these cells are open and we're allowed out of them, you're very mistaken because you can't see it, but there is these little tiny electric currents going through, I guess you could say. And if you walk up to where the end of the cell is and you try to walk out, you're gonna have a lot of currents going through your body, pretty much almost electrocuting you. Now, I'm pretty sure if you stand there for too long, eventually it probably would electrocute you, but it pretty much gives you this very, very violent shock, and I don't think that's even allowed, but, you know, what can they exactly do? But, yeah, and none of us can get out of here, because the lock and everything for that, we can't get it open. It is pretty much only opened by the guard that gets to open it, and the latch closes. And the latch is locked. Unless somebody from the control room gets it open, but, who's gonna do that? So, I guess I'll be in here until my exact death date. That's pretty much what I'm thinking that's probably gonna happen. So, anyways, I guess I will show you what, the day-to-day life is in here. Oh, I forgot. I have 3 major rules in here. Okay, so those are the 3 major rules for death row. I have my own 3 major rules. 1 is I'm not making friends in here. There is no point in making friends in death row, because most of these people are probably going to be dead in the next few days. So there's no point in making friends. Number 2, I'm going to do anything to get past the time in here and try not to drive myself insane, but I can't make no promises. Third thing, I'm going to try everything I can do to not get executed in here faster than they exactly want me to. I know that is like the stupidest rule in here for myself, but I'm gonna find a way out of here. Whether I have to kill somebody, or if I have to claw my way out of here, I'm getting out of here. Because I ain't dying today. I ain't dying tomorrow. I ain't dying next week. I ain't dying next year. I don't care how long I'm supposed to be in here for. I don't care when my execution date is. I'm not being here for it. So while they think I'm gonna be the innocent, quote unquote, person that I am, and is gonna wait until the day that I do get executed, then they got another thing coming, because I'm not staying here. I'm not dying. And I will find a way out. I'm a psychopath for a reason. A psychopaths don't give up until our last dying breath. We continue and we continue on until at last we breathe our final breath. But otherwise, we don't give up till then. And they can't stop me. Can I please do that? Oh my lord, I would love to do that. to somebody in my hit list, please. That would be so fun, just to throw them off a tower into some spikes. Yes, please, sign me up for that. Good morning, Mr. Grayer. You want some breakfast or do you not? What is on the menu, anyways? You get a omelet. You can get a croissant instead if you want. It won't have butter on it though, and we're not allowed to give you butter on it. Or you can have, with the omelet, you can have like a few other things, like actual breakfast items. Any of that sound good to you? I guess a croissant. I really don't care. Fine, I'll get you a croissant. There's your croissant, and I also got you a thing of water. I'm not entirely sure if that's what you wanted, but I forgot to ask you what you wanted to drink, so there you go. And this is what it's like to eat in death row. Pretty much they slide it through a little bit under the door that doesn't have the electric current going through it, and they give it to you and you just kind of slide your tray back out. Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is not very interesting in here. You don't really talk to anybody, you don't really interact with anybody. It's very, very boring in here. At least for those times it is. Because you pretty much just eat alone and don't really have conversations with people like you do in prison. Yuck. That was the grossest croissant I've ever tasted. Yuck. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but the food in the prison was better than it is in death row. And I can't believe I even said that. Ugh, even the water tastes bad. I really want out of here now. Ugh. Anyways, I'm done with this. Yuck. But no. Yuck. Okay, the next thing that's a little bit surprising is we actually get to go outside. Yes, I know this sounds crazy. We get to go outside for pretty much like an hour. I mean, you can if you want to, or you can stay in here. It really doesn't matter. Because they're not going to force you to go outside, but you get to go outside for about an hour, kind of like you do in the prison. Though you're in a very, very small area. And you can either play, I think it's like basketball, or you can talk to people, or you can be like me, who either takes one of my books or my notebook out there, because it's very, very boring, because, as I said, I have no intention on making friends in here. Absolutely none. Arrow, you want to get fresh air today? I know this is your official, first day here, but do you actually want to go outside and get some fresh air? I guess so. Give me 1 second. Guess I'll take this book with me. I mean, I only have a little bit left of this. And I already finished 2 books. And I've only been here since yesterday. Well, literally yesterday afternoon. Ugh. I usually find the quietest place to read. Well, usually I go sit in a place that's not very populated with a lot of the other inmates, so I can pretty much just read. And yeah, there's not very much to do. Pretty much your schedule is waking up, getting breakfast if you want breakfast. Pretty much sometimes they force you to get breakfast. Then you go outside either after breakfast or after lunch, so usually. And then pretty much the rest of the time you sit in your cell unless you decide to ask for computer privileges, which I didn't even know they had those, but apparently death row inmates for some reason have access to the computer. But I guess they think we won't, look up how to get out of this place. But they're stupid. And then, I mean, you can pretty much do anything at that time. And then dinner comes, and then you have the option after dinner to either watch the movie, as they mentioned. There's movie nights on Tuesdays and Fridays. Most of them are either boring movies or they're interesting. I've been to only 2 movie nights, one on a Tuesday and one on a Friday. And the first one was the Tuesday that was officially my first day. And then that Friday was not the Friday in this week, but the next Friday. I decided to watch another one, but that one didn't interest me, so I pretty much never went back to movie night. Just never interested me, and I didn't really feel like watching movies. So while some of them went and watched the movie, I would sit there and read, or I would write in my notebook, or just find something else to do, because movies really weren't my thing. I mean, I like watching movies, but those movies were incredibly boring. Very. I mean, one of them that I watched was interesting, but the rest of them were incredibly boring. So, yeah, and then after movie night, they pretty much just send you to bed. Life in here is boring. Now, for punishments, you do get punishments in here. If you do something wrong, and pretty much those include they take you out of your cell, you gotta go pretty much like do kitchen duty, which all it means is that you wash the dishes and you kind of clean up the kitchen, the death row kitchen. And yeah, there's other punishments too. I don't know what they are. I've only had one punishment in here, and that was for kitchen duty, since I cussed out one of the guards. That was my own fault. But, anyways, I guess I can show you what the rest of the day looks like in death row. Arrow, do you want any dinner? No, thank you. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, Arrow, please come over here. We need to give you your medicine that you need to take. I've got some water for you here. A glass. You gotta take this medicine. We kind of contacted the prison part to see if you had any medicine, and you do. So come over here, got a glass and the medicine that you need to take. Alright. There you go. Here's the water. Ooh. I took it. There. Good. Now, are you absolutely sure you don't want any dinner? I am sure. I would rather lick the toilet seat in here than eat that crap. Alright, and watch your tone, Arrow. Or you'll be doing kitchen duty again. Yeah, whatever. I've only been in here for a day and I'm already driving myself nuts. Arrow, do you want to go and see the movie that's playing tonight? Sure, why not? An hour later. Okay, that movie was interesting, but then it got incredibly boring at the end. Ugh. Well, Arrow, lights out within 10 minutes. Alright. I'm slowly losing books to read in here. Because I've read a lot, but anyways, I guess time to get some to sleep, I guess. A few weeks later. Well, I'm incredibly bored. What to do? Oh, I could write a story in this notebook, or at least try to. That doesn't make any sense. Nope, I'm not doing that anymore. Nope, cross that out. I'm not trying to write stories anymore, because they just do not come out. They don't come out the way I want them to. It's just pointless. It's pointless to try to write stories in this, because I do not know how to keep it interesting. Or how to start it, like, well. Ugh. I don't even know where it starts. I don't even know where, like, the climax of the story is. I don't even know what's going on. What else to do? Wait, haven't people in death row and in prison write their own songs? Wasn't there like that one dude or something that was like in jail for a very long time and he wrote songs? Do people even do that anymore? I can try my hand at it. I guess I could just start writing lyrics and then maybe think of the title after. That's a good idea. Doesn't hurt to try. A few days later. Okay, and done. Okay, now I just need a title. I can't think of a title at the moment. Let's think of the melody first. Let's see, okay, so do 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 do. Okay, now what to call that? Ooh, I got a good idea. Okay, this is the title. There we go. It's done. Yes. Finally. Okay. I guess on to my next song now. Or maybe I'll take a break. Okay, I'll take a break and alright, I'll go through my list because just in case the guards are listening, I don't want them to know. And then after that, I'll probably read because I'll take a little bit of a break from writing songs because I don't want to burn myself out. So, yeah, but that is done for the day, and I'll put my notebook over there and my pencil. So, Yep, I did pretty good for the last few days of writing, and I even got the melody down. Hopefully, one day I can actually create like a band and maybe sing for them. I've never exactly sung before, so might be good at it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did for the last 3 or 4 months, pretty much. Was I wrote lyrics, wrote song titles, wrote the melody for it. I wrote a lot of different songs. So yeah, I was pretty much kind of reminding myself of some really, really popular people that have written songs in prison. So yeah. Also, I read books in here. I've pretty much read all the books they gave me, like mystery books they gave me in the death row. I haven't read all the dark ones. I still have like a few more to read, but I read pretty fast, so it doesn't take me very long to finish a book. Probably like a day or two, maybe, depending on how many pages in the book and how many chapters it has. If it is a 20 chapter book, I can probably read it in about 2 days. Yes, that's how fast and how much I can read. And yeah, there's not very much interesting stuff to do. Pretty much write lyrics, read, go outside sometimes. Don't really watch movies in here anymore. So it pretty much gets boring, but there is one thing. There's a way you can actually talk to people in here. And that way is from this little cage thing that's on the wall. So I don't have one on the left, I have one on the right. There is this little window with bars on it, and you can talk to the other person next door to you if you actually want to. Not saying you have to, but sometimes it's very interesting to talk to the person, directly next to you. I'm not saying I'm trying to make friends with people in here. I'm just trying to have some human contact. Well, some human interaction. Because it is lonely in here, geez. Like, you don't have to talk to them. Sometimes they don't even want to talk to you. Sometimes they do. Just depends on the person they are. But sometimes you can talk to these people. Not saying I'm going to become, like, great friends with them. Pretty much I would call them an acquaintance if I can even get them to talk to me. But some people in here you can get to talk to you, and some people you can't. Depends on the person. But I'll pretty much show you what that looks like now. Ugh, I can't think of any more lyrics. I need some inspiration. What the heck is that thing? I didn't see that when I first came in. What is that? Let me see. Hello? Hello? Yeah, what do you want? Are we supposed to be able to talk through this little thing? I guess. I don't know. What's your name? You know what? Just shut up, kid. I don't want to talk to you. Rude much. Fine, I guess I won't talk to that person. I guess sometimes talking to them doesn't work. Let's go back to writing my lyrics then. Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, the gray collie with the black bow and necklace. Come over to the window. I want to talk to you. Please.